seriously tell everybody what you've done to me?
I haven't done anything to you.
I'm gonna destroy you.
I haven't done anything to you.
Yes, you have. You destroyed everything.
So I just finished watching an extremely difficult video.
You completely destroyed all of my pride. You told me to get a tattoo saying I'm a liar, like a tramp stamp. You told me to shave my head.
911, what are you reporting?
Hi, there's a person who's been stalking me online, and they just showed up to my house.
Okay, and they're outside now?
Yes, they're knocking on my door.
Okay. And do you know if they have any weapons?
They have a bunch of camera people, like they're YouTube stalkers.
Okay. But no weapons seen?
I didn't see any weapons. I just saw like 6 guys in my driveway, and one of them is knocking on my door.
And the one that's knocking on your door, is he the main one that you said has been stalking you?
Yes, he's a stalker. He's yelling things at me through the door right now.
Okay, and do we know his name at all?
It's Chris Hansen.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your LolCow News Network. Of course, I'm your host, Anchorman Sam, and this is disturbing and scary to say the least, for those of you who may not know the individual we are covering today. He has a notorious past on YouTube and the internet as a whole, and in the year of our Lord 2019, Chris Hansen investigated him. Today, we're going to be focusing on YouTube's oldest known PDF, Gregory, also known as James Jackson, but more widely recognized as Onision. Now, the bigger question I have is, why is he back? About 3 years ago, I want to say, it was discovered that he was posting on YouTube Kids under a different moniker. Once that had come out and people started getting news of it and catching wind, he stopped and it seemed like he was gone again. But why is he back on TikTok? Now, unfortunately for us, he has made a video trying to defend why he's back. And we're definitely going to take a look at that. We're going to be looking at a few of his videos today. A couple of which, he addresses his past. Well, he addresses his version of the past, not what actually happened. So we're going to take a look at all of that, and without anything else needing to be said, let's jump right on into these videos.
Bad people doing bad things is bad. Go figure, right? Some people don't feel that way. They feel like if you wear a certain outfit in public, you should be blamed or expect bad things to happen to you because you wore that outfit in public. And they think if you post videos online, you should expect bad things to happen to you and that you somehow deserve that. And nobody seems to want to actually blame the bad people doing bad things. Kind of weird.
All right. Okay, groomer. And that is all. Good night.
Oh, wow.
This is why I had them like that, because, they need to learn
I knew this was going to happen.
That's what I...
And that's exactly what we did, everyone. We called out the bad person, but unfortunately for the longest time, YouTube seemed to want to protect him before everything with Chris Hansen and all of that started to go down, and then after a while, he got demonetized and eventually left. But again, it's scary that he's back, and you saw his face at the end of that clip. When he got called out, he was mad. You know what? Future me, throw that face up there. We're going to look at that again. Seriously, look at that face. He is pissed right now. And I say good, call him out on every single video. In one of the clips there in the beginning, he said he turned off his comments. Well, while I was working on this video, I had to unfortunately go to his TikTok page, and I saw his comments are back on, Now, I don't promote hating or anything, but if we wanted to help educate the people of TikTok as to who Onision is, I wouldn't see anything wrong with that.
So back in 2019, someone said that they would destroy my life if I didn't give them what they wanted.
You said you could destroy us if you wanted to.
One of the worst parts about the fact that he's posting stuff like this on TikTok is the fact that on TikTok, if you know how to play the victim well enough, people are going to believe you immediately, and they're not going to want to actually do that research themselves. So, eventually there's the possibility of that kind of viewer-creator parasocial relationship where eventually that viewer is going to be told by someone, hey, nah, this guy is terrible, he's YouTube's biggest PDF, and they're not going to want to believe it.
You said it to Luke and you said it to me.
joke? Sure, I probably did.
I specifically had that person sign an agreement that they could not lie about me. And they said they would only sign the agreement if we could do stuff.
I basically was like, oh, only if we do stuff will I sign the papers.
And if they could get what they wanted.
I made jokes about not signing it unless I...
All of this is also coming from the man who wanted to lock an underage in his basement and shave her head as punishment. Just please keep that in mind, folks. These are things that happened. And the contracts he would have people sign, those got leaked a few years back. And if you haven't seen them, they are wild.
Got something out of it, got what I wanted.
And the person who did that, this is their laugh. That is the person that most every single person who has anything bad to say about me uses as their mascot. The person with this laugh.
Yeah. Gaslighting, bruh.
That is the anthem of the anti-Onision agenda. This. So for a very long time, I was a prisoner of fear. I would do whatever I could to make this person happy so that...
Greg always has to be the victim, no matter what it is. And if you know anything about his history, you'll know everything that's coming out of his mouth right now is BS. A lot of the times he held these girls just completely hostage with the abuse that he was putting them through. I mean, it is just absolutely horrible. There are plenty of videos going through his whole history, his whole list of victims. Chris Hansen even interviewed quite a few of them. So I do recommend going and checking all of that out as well.
They wouldn't destroy my life as they originally threatened to do. But eventually I couldn't take it anymore and I said, you know what, this is what you did to me. I refuse to be with you because of this. And then she apologized for doing so.
And then everyone stood up and started clapping. Again, it's obviously BS. I guarantee you any screenshot he will ever use is photoshopped.
So her telling of events has completely and utterly changed since her initial statements.
You said sorry for raping us 2 times.
Dude, it was sarcastic.
Meanwhile, mine have remained the exact same. Wonder what that could mean.
And that is one of the most untrue statements I have heard in a long time, guys. His stories are constantly evolving, constantly changing. The circumstances of them are constantly changing, so... Obviously, Greg's the liar in this situation, but he'll never admit it.
Going to therapy, because if you're not, you need to.
Well, after the trauma you put us through, I went through therapy, yeah. But guess what?
Oh, that's good.
Anyway, Laffy McLafferson proceeded with her initial threat to destroy my life, and she did so knowing that despite our agreement where she was not allowed to lie about anyone, she, according to her...
What money would he get from me? I don't have money.
So she admits that what she did, she is doing because she can't be sued. You know, Sir laughs a lot.
Even if he did try to levy any kind of lawsuit against her, he would meet with a lawyer, the lawyer would pick through his BS, and he would drop the case. As we learned whenever he attempted to sue Mr. Repzion, way back when. He went so far out with it too. If any of you remember that, you'll recognize the thumbnail. Because one of the things he did during court was he wore a Kevlar vest under his suit. And it's honestly pretty funny that he thinks he's a big enough name where he would need to worry about someone doing that. But the reason I bring that up is he dropped the lawsuit. He consulted with a lawyer who was probably like, you're going to be an idiot if you do this. And so he dropped the case and was like, oh yes, we're looking for other legal avenues. And it never went anywhere because it's Greg. He just tried to lie to scare his enemy.
There should be not only a request for dismissal on the other party, but also for myself after speaking to an attorney. They said there was different legal avenues that we needed to take, and this wasn't the most effective in their opinion.
And you, as an internet community, decided to just ignore all the facts, ignore the story changes, ignore her confessions and admissions, and help her do exactly what she threatened to do in the first place. So the real reason that I'm back, it wasn't just the Best Buy guy. He was kind of like the match, and the flame was me not wanting to be a prisoner of being afraid of bad, horrible people like her and so many of you.
And I hope that the skin cancer comes back and eats your dick
Now you know.
So this is definitely going to be a situation where I keep a very close eye on it and how it all plays out. Again, you know, I just think it's a little bit worrying that YouTube's biggest PDF is now on TikTok of all places. You know, again, the place dominated by children. But anyway, guys, that is going to be all for today's video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification, and share the video around. You can share it with your mom, your friend, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa. Just share it around. It helps out the channel. And look, guys, if you all want to see me do a video covering the history of Onision, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. This is Sam, signing off.